This is like we talked about earlier, engine 3, located at 5 Prospect Street. Again, this is normally ladder 1. We have ladder 2 today and engine 3. And we're going to go over what each one of these trucks do. The ladder being more for rescue, climbing heights. And engine 3, for those of you who don't know, this is what carries the water. This is what actually puts the fire out. These gentlemen will do the rescue. These ones will put the fire out.
Good morning, boys and girls. This is Firefighter Smith. I'm going to be assisted today by my crew, Captain Smith and Firefighter Swanton. I just wanted to show you that the ladder truck has a lot of tools that are unique to our department, in that they're not on the pumps that you looked at already this morning. We have tools that assist with heavy rescue, whether it's a car accident where you're trapped inside a vehicle, or whether it's an elevator rescue, but I just wanted to touch real briefly on what some of those things are. So we have some tools that help with vehicle stabilization here on the bottom. But here we have a system, an airbag system, which helps lift very, very heavy objects off the ground. If somebody was trapped underneath it, it can lift a tremendous amount of weight by just using air. So those are our airbags. The next cabinet, we have our rescue tools. When most people hear about the jaws of life, this is what they're talking about. So we have a generator that operates the power. He's going to pull it open. It's going to be very loud, but he's going to show you the two tools we have. The first one is a long tool that comes to a sharp point. They're called our spreaders. We can separate cars, doors to rescue victims. And the second tool is going to look kind of like a lobster claw. That's our cutters, and that can cut through any part of a vehicle. So why don't we start those up. These are the spreaders. Awesome. You can picture that being inside of a car door. It could spread it 2-3 feet wide to be able to get somebody out of a car. All right. So the second tool on top is a set of cutters, and we're not going to operate them, but we're going to show you what they look like. And it is able to exert an extreme amount of force here inside to be able to shear all kinds of things, the posts of a car, and it'll get people out safely. So additionally on our ladder truck, to be able to, sometimes vehicles when they're involved in accidents, they're not situated on the 4 tires. Sometimes they're on their roof, sometimes they're on their side. But for us to be able to safely work on that vehicle to get the people that are trapped on it, we have these stabilizers. So we use this in conjunction with some straps to be able to stabilize a vehicle so we can safely enter it without it further rolling. We have a come along, we have some heavy duty chains. Behind this we actually have some mega jacks that can lift a lot of weight, 20 tons. So we can lift a lot of weight. Finally, here we have some more cribbing, but we also have this exhaust fan. You might find it kind of strange that we would be carrying fans on our truck, but a lot of times after a hazard, a fire, or a gas leak, we need to be able to ventilate any type of hazardous material out of a building quickly. And to do that, we use basically the same kind of fan that you guys have at home, except it moves a lot more air than your fans at home do. So the last thing I can say, that the way they set this truck up is this side is predominantly for rescue, and Lieutenant Gill is going to be showing you the other side of the truck.
To continue with the ladder truck, we're here on the back of the truck. And in this cabinet right here, we're going to show you how we extend the outriggers, which are these things right here. We have 4 of them on each side of the truck, and that's to stabilize our truck, because this ladder is a heavy duty ladder. It's a lot of weight, and that's what this is for here. We also have ground ladders from 39 feet, 28 feet, 35 feet, and we also have a pencil ladder and some tools that we would use on a roof or to pull some ceilings. This is basically the motherboard. This is what we would use to go from hydraulic to then going up to the pedestal to actually have a fully functional ladder. Right here is what we call Stuart's connection. This is a waterway in. So if we want to use this ladder to put out a large volume of fire, exposure protections, things of that nature, we can lay into this right here. This side of the truck is more firefighting based, but you can actually look at the ladder truck as a giant toolbox. And in reality, we have a toolbox here. But we have many different tools, as Firefighter Smith talked about before, one being a vent saw. We actually have another saw up there, and also a rotary saw that we can use to cut through concrete, metal, things of that nature. But we use this to get through the decking of a roof in order to ventilate. This truck is a very versatile truck. We have some ropes here and some rescue suits for, like we talked about earlier, either a water rescue or an ice rescue. And this is something that the ladder crew has to be trained on, and also some of the other companies that are around bodies of water. Over here in door 8, we have some extinguishers, extra air pack, another extinguisher. We carry brooms to put out forest fires sometimes. Here's just an additional way we can rescue ourselves and others, and also a basket that we can use to lower down and rescue people from high angle rescues or low angle rescues for that matter. Moving on to the next cabinet, we have some more fans, smaller fans, like we talked about, exhausting some of that byproduct of combustion. Also, we have some more hand tools and some of our elevator stuff. This truck is exclusive for elevator rescues. We have different keys and rams. These are ways that we're able to gain entry from getting into these elevators. And lastly, this truck carries all the air bottles. Each truck carries their own, but this one has a massive amount of air bottles and just some extra cords and lighting.
What you see here is one of our 2 ladders in the city. This is our ladder 2. You notice the outriggers are put up and the ladder's extended. The ladder itself will actually reach a height of 105 feet. Firefighter Steve Chamberlain now is going to demonstrate how we climb the ladder. And just know right now, he's probably going to enjoy this, but normally when we're climbing up the ladder, we maybe have another 60 to 70 pounds worth of equipment, jacket, helmet, air pack, maybe some tools, and it may not be as fun, and it may be an emergency situation, but you'll see how we'll see how he does here. As you can see, he's reached the top. Up, coming back down. Now, we use the ladder to perform rescues, elevated rescues, as well as perform operations to ventilate fires, as well as in the extinguishment of fires. We have the top of the ladder equipped with a nozzle, which allows us to flow a lot of water and put out fires. What you're going to see here is our Engine 3 crew. They're going to be deploying one of the attack lines from a truck. This is one of our pumpers. It carries 750 gallons of water. It has many attack lines of different sizes for different needs and different fire volumes, as well as supply lines, which allow water to be deployed to different fire trucks, as well as this fire truck here. What they're pulling out is a 2.5-inch line equipped with a straight tip nozzle. It allows us to put out a lot of fire. However, once this hose line is deployed and used, the water will be used very quickly in the tank, and they'll need a supply line from a hydrant rather quickly.
Thank you, boys and girls, for listening. Thank you to my friends here today. And thank you to Peabody Public Access TV for providing this coverage.